As we've been reporting, U.S. President Barack Obama announced his choices for U.S. Defense Secretary and CIA Director on Monday. Both have more than a quarter century of public service experience in the departments they've been chosen to lead. So what could these nominees have to offer the international community as leaders of U.S. national security policy? For that, we go live to the White House and CCTV's Jessica Stone. Jessica.
And Elaine, we also took a look at some of their track record on Sino-U.S. relations, in particular on the controversial U.S. drone policy. But what's really unprecedented here is that the president has chosen for the first time a former enlisted soldier to lead the U.S. Department of Defense. And he's also chosen a 25-year veteran of the CIA, a man who was very integral to the raid on Osama bin Laden's compound in Pakistan. U.S. President Barack Obama unveiled his choices for two top jobs in U.S. national security Monday. John Brennan, current advisor for counterterrorism and homeland security to lead the Central Intelligence Agency, and former U.S. Senator and Vietnam War veteran Chuck Hagel to lead the U.S. Defense Department.
He understands that sending young Americans to fight and bleed in the dirt and mud, that's something we only do when it's absolutely necessary.
I'm also grateful for an opportunity to help continue to strengthen our country and strengthen our country's alliances and advance global freedom, decency, and humanity.
If confirmed, Hagel would be charged with steering the Pentagon through a massive transition, the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan by 2014, a decreasing U.S. military presence in the Middle East, while elevating troop levels in the Pacific theater as part of the administration's so-called Asia pivot. In his 2008 book, America, Our Next Chapter, Hagel writes about his first visit to Beijing and Tianjin, China in 1984. He calls human rights, quote, a serious barrier dividing our two countries, says that the U.S. is, quote, committed both to the One China policy and to its obligations under the Taiwan Relations Act, and says economic ties form the basis of a peaceful relationship with China. In choosing John Brennan, President Obama is picking the chief defender of America's controversial drone policy.
He has worked to embed our efforts in a strong legal framework. He understands we are a nation of laws.
American drones have killed dozens of al-Qaeda operatives, but they have also taken innocent lives.
Mostly they kill innocent people because it's just like a video game for them.
The issue of targeted strikes raise profound moral questions. It forces us to confront deeply held personal beliefs and our values as a nation.
And Elaine, both of these nominees will have to testify before the entire U.S. Senate during their confirmation hearings. They'll have to receive a majority of votes from that body to take the position. Elaine?
Well, Jessica, what are the prospects for confirmation for these two nominees?
Well, so far, Mr. Brennan is not receiving a lot of controversy, a lot of remarks against his nomination, so he's expected to be a fairly easy nominee. On the other hand, Chuck Hagel has become very controversial, particularly with conservative groups who have actually taken over a website called chuckhagel.com. A group from the pro-Israeli group has taken over that website and has already been running commercials against his nominations. That is expected to be a tough fight for the White House.
Okay, Jessica Stone reporting live from the White House. Thank you.